Call him, Mike. Jay. Calling the Transportation Technical Committee meeting to order. Today's April 7th.
This conference will now be recorded.
We do have a call. And is it?
Oh, okay.
Do I have to say it again?
Sorry, no.
I don't see any requests for public comments. Unless I missed some, Jen.
Oh, there.
Okay.
You see
all right.
here you don't recognize?
All right. Approval of minutes for the March 16th meeting.
We move to approve the minutes from the March 16th meeting.
Okay. Second. Okay, so motion made by Mr. Card. Yes, Jim, and second by Jerry. Any questions, discussion, comments? Hearing none. Those who in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion approved. Or passed. Next three items, 5, 6, and 7 is all related to Connect Transit. So we are so glad that Ashley Strobel is here with us to give us some backgrounds.
Yes, yeah, so thank you, and sorry that I'm the only item on the agenda, so making everybody come today. But FDA has requested that I actually make an amendment to our FY26 tip because we got obligated funds for the Downtown Transit Center. So we got some new grants, and so because of that, I had them in our new upcoming tip, but because the process will take too long and we don't want to miss getting the obligation of those funds in order, he asked if I could just make an amendment to our current tip. So that's why all of these are in regards to the Downtown Transit Center. We want to obligate our 5307 funds that will expire or lapse this fall. So we need to make sure those are obligated, which is a $3.2 million to support the construction of the Downtown Transit Center. And then we were awarded in fiscal year 25, the 5339 Bus and Bus Facilities Grant. So we got $5 million to support construction there, as well as this year for fiscal year 26, we got the THUD appropriations bill for $1.6 million to support the construction. So we're getting closer to making sure that everything's in order to build this thing. And so.
Question, what does STUD stand for?
Great question. I'd have to look back. It's our Durbin earmarks. So it's with the.
If I'm not mistaken, is the Senate committee dealing with transportation, housing, and urban development.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
The T coming through me off of
Transportation, housing, and urban development and related agencies. Well done.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, it's on the U.S. Senate level.
Yeah. So, but yes, so those are just to make sure because to make sure we get all those funds in since the construction will hopefully be starting very soon.
Congratulations. Yeah. So.
Well, the goal is to send it to IDOT for bidding for construction this fall.
Oh, great.
And so then once that goes in, then we'll go from there. So
Questions, comments from the committee members?
Would love to ask some questions, just update in general on, I think your 60% plan said, is that right?
that is correct. Yep, 60% design.
And then the overall dollar estimate where you're currently at roughly, do you know?
How much we've had obligated. So we are at, I believe it is 25 or 27 million. And so we're hoping that we're cushioned there enough. But of course, as we know, construction keeps getting more and more expensive. And yeah, right. So that's why we actually are 5307 we can use for operating or capital projects. And so we decided to move those to capital for this one to cover that cost.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And break ground, is it later this year? Next year?
Oh gosh, yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, that I don't know. Just it all depends on how when we're at 60% now. I believe then we're looking at by summer to be 90%, if not 100. And then that's why we're hoping to release a construction IFB in the fall to IDOT, and we'll have them review that and then put it out.
That's good. Any other questions, comments from the committee members? If the committee has no objection, we can take this as a group. This fine.
I would move to approve items 5, 6, and 7 as part of the amendments for adoption.
Okay, motion made by Jim. Oh, we got 2 seconds.
It's in our downtown, so I want
Yeah.
Okay, Jason. Okay, very good. Further questions, discussions? Okay, hearing none. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion approved. Project updates. Any project updates before I have a couple things? Egypt. We have one of our experts sitting down at the other end of this long table here. As you all know, we try to transition to the Egypt. So our partners, if you still trying to set up accounts or any issues, please contact Thomas, primary person, or Jen or me, just so that we can work things out or try to get solutions for you, and from working with the consultant, because it's mid-April or past midpoint, and so we need to get the team and the YouTube going. Yeah, as soon as possible. Any comments, Jen?
Yes, I received a spreadsheet from Jerry with the county's projects and our old approach. I've not received anything from Wilmington on that yet, so refer back to your email and my description of what's needed and how we're going to do this. And that's really all I have at the moment. We'll be getting out our usual draft soon.
The second thing I would like to mention, the Veterans Parkway Corridor Plan Project. The Project Steering Committee met last Friday, primarily reviewing some of the options or design options that IDOT and the consultants put together. It was 2021, I believe, and just for the benefit and knowledge of the committee members. Some were not here during COVID or because people change and whatnot. So there was some review and discussion on some alternatives, and also some couple of the alternatives IDOT can narrow it down, but all those still require further study and examination by IDOT. So, but it was an important review because it's a major intersection along the Veterans Parkway Corridor, and also because the number of accidents, incidents, crashes have happened at that intersection nearby. And so it's good for the education of the Project Steering Committee to understand better. So next meeting will be the second Friday in May. Any other things?
I think just a couple updates for the group.
Okay.
Bloomington is going with Build Terra software for project management for those like that. We looked at CMMS. They weren't ready to release to locals yet, so we looked at other software. Just if you guys are in the normal or county want to look at it, we're talking with Gildner, they're local, and they're they may be kind of going with something like that for us to manage some of our projects. So just trying to let you all know we're going in that direction. Jerry and I, the county and the city, to talk about jurisdictional transfer on Fort Jesse, west of Tawanda Barnes, just to let everybody know that that's something that the city has approved. We need it's paperwork that needs to be done. So to give the group a heads up. Manual practice engineering's talked about taking that this year. We're going to be bumping that to next year, so we coordinate with another department. So you'll be seeing more of that normal. So it's good for you to know in the county too, like what we're doing with standards, trying to keep Ryan in the loop as much as possible. So if there's possibilities for overlap, that's always beneficial. Last thing was just a general PROAG. As we've been looking, our staff's been looking at more PROAG. We've been trying to figure out the passing guidelines for that 200-foot clearance how often that is. So we're going to hold off. We need to figure out how to do that. So I'd love to hear specifically normal, how y'all are dealing with that. We're struggling with that right now, interpreting what that is. So probably going to go to the APWA conference in the fall. Sounds like you all are going to be there, try to see what others are doing in the country, how they're dealing with it. We're trying to understand that. So if we replace a single panel mid-block, you have to make it, if there's no accessible passing a 5 foot within a 200 foot either way, does that need to be a 5 foot panel? Well, it's going to be rough for a lot of citizens to be like, what the heck? I got a 1 5 foot panel in the middle of my yard. So trying to figure out how to deal with some of the new requirements. So you all have insight or how you're doing it. Always love to hear. That's all I got.
Very good. Anybody else? Okay. All right, hearing none. Moving on to item number 9, which may arise. Anything? Okay.
Just curious about, so amendments, since I'm new in all of this, how does it work since I've had 2 now in order to, because I know we had an issue with one of them.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna do first thing, Monday probably, is come up with the same sort of little chart that we've done for other ones, just using your information and trying to structure it the same way so that, and I'll run it past him to help Will, to make sure he's happy with it. And then we'll have that for the policy committee meeting next Friday.
Okay.
So
So it has to go through policy first before
everything,
then? Okay.
yes, right, because policy is the actual decision-making body for the purposes of the MPO. So I'll have that ready for them, and the stuff will go out as well. And we'll figure out how to make sure that we have a format that IDOT will accept. We're still talking about whether or not to go back to using resolutions to approve amendments, and that might simplify it too, but again, things have gotten a little confused in terms of what they'll accept and what they won't.
Right.
We'll figure that out, but we'll have it ready for everyone on Friday.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, the using resolution seems to be more efficient because then if it's passed, approved by the policy committee, then the chair can sign off right away, and then you got a document to go.
Okay.
And that seems to be, at least my preference, but if there's circumstances required to be a different format because different agencies may have different criteria and whatnot, then we'll do whatever's needed. Any other items, discussion? All right, next scheduled meeting will be May the 15th at 10:30. I'll take a motion for adjournment of today's meeting. So, okay, Jerry, any second?
I'll second that.
Okay, Derek, second,
I want
and
to give one.
those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carry, meeting adjourned at 10:43 a.m.
This conference is no longer being recorded.